What is up, true believers and dream conceivers and leave it to beavers and Mikey Sievers? Today we're going to be combining the burnouts. Yeah, I happen to get two of them with Cromar and Ironworks. Can I ask you guys a huge favor, by the way, especially if this is your first time? Even if you're going to turn away, I would really appreciate if you just watched past the 1 minute mark. You know, all the ad revenue that we get from you guys watching those pesky ads gets donated to charity, unbound.org and kiva.org. And you watching through at least the first minute, it really helps the video monetize, get awareness, the algorithm, etc. And so if you could do that, I would really appreciate it. And again, we're helping folks across the globe, okay? Anyway, so we're going to start breaking these guys down and gals. I incorrectly referred to her as a he in the unboxing video just because I don't know anything about Burnout. I just refer to her as Black Skids. And I might do that in this video as well at certain points. But we have Cromar here and we have Ironworks, and then we're going to pair them up with her. And so I'm going to start taking these fools apart, and these guys apart. And, I actually just wanted to talk to you guys something about something that occurred to me during my meditation this morning. And, for the first one is not so serious. You know what, let me move them off to the side so it does not affect the focus. The first thing that I thought of was, Hamburglar? Hamburglar is like, robble. That fool don't talk, right? He doesn't say anything. He doesn't have words. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe he's the first like Pokemon-esque. You know, the Pokemon, they just like repeat stuff. But then I realized the Pokemon say their names. Like Pika-Pee, Squirtle, you know? And Hamburglar says robble, and Robble is not part of his name. I know. It's a very strange thing to pop up in my head during meditation. And by the way, I'm going to assume that y'all know some stuff about this figure, so I won't be like, hey, I'm plugging the leg into the foot, etc., you know? But yeah, that popped up in my meditation. But on a more serious note, one of the things that actually popped into my mind was the immutable philosophy and understanding of time and reciprocity. And what I mean by that is, by the way, let me see how I did this. Time and reciprocity, meaning if you invest your time in something, you are going to see that thing grow. This is really cool, by the way, right? How everything just kind of fits in snugly. And yeah, I feel like, I don't know if it's meant to do this necessarily, but it certainly is synchronizes with the length. I can't even talk right now. But yeah, if you invest time into something, you are going to see it grow. It's just like taking care of a plant, you know. You tend to it, you water it, you give it the proper nutrients, sunlight, soil, a little nitrogen every now and then. Nitrogen? Yeah, I think nitrogen. But that, yeah, it's going to grow, you know. It's going to grow, and it can't be denied. It's just a matter of fact. Speaking generally, of course, you know. And so anything like a hobby, something that you want to get good at, man, it's beautiful just to know that all you need to do is invest time. All you need to do is invest some time. And you have to invest a lot of time. You know, if you really want to get particularly good at something, yeah, you have to invest a lot of time to get good at it. Playing piano, playing soccer, baseball, gymnastics, swimming, drawing, anything. And what's really a shame is that by the way, why? Okay, I guess he's a little back heavy because I haven't given him his giant fist yet. But what's a shame is that the modern age, while it does have a tremendous amount of benefits in terms of our advances in technology, it's made us lose sight of the beauty of the process of investing time, you know? Everything is all about instant, you know. Instantaneousness is something that's marketed, you know. Instant noodles, like in Instagram, I don't know, this is maybe not the best example, but just things like at the press of a button and not having to work for it has kind of ruined our psyche, you know. We've become this civilization that has no patience for things, that has no patience for the process, and just wants stuff like immediate gratification. And as a result, we get upset when things aren't just at the tip of our tip of our fingertips. And we get upset when we don't get instant gratification, you know? It's like you spend one day drawing a stick figure and you get upset as to why no one's hailing you as the next Leonardo or Picasso or whatever it is. I'm not talking about you, but, you know, just in a general sense. Wait a minute, did I do something wrong? Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty cool, right? This is a pretty neat build. One Cromar or one 6-gun, you can do this. If I use 2 of them, I could probably give them the double big hands, but I think this is really nice. And I really like how that fist lines up with the roof of this little cockpit and stuff like that. It seems pretty seamless. Hold on one second. Oh man, I just swallowed a burp. That kind of hurt. And so yeah, so this guy looks good, right? This guy looks good. In the back, it's like this. And now he's not so back heavy because he has the fist counterbalancing that stuff in the front. So that's number 1. We'll put her off to the side. But yeah, like I was saying, is that like, yeah, we've just become a species of like instant gratification where we don't want to put in work, you know? And I get it, because a part of our body is like, hey, try to find the most effective way to get the thing that you want with the least energy expenditure, because back in the day, energy was scarce, you know? It was hard to come by food. You had to put in a ton of effort to do it. So our brains are always looking for shortcuts. Our brains are kind of wired to look for quick ways to get things, but at the same time, there is something that we can gain by being in love with the process and appreciating the investment of time and growth. For example, like if you've never done farming before, and suddenly, boom, you have a field to take care of, you have like agriculture, you have like crops to take care of, you may not know how to take care of that, and they may die in your first winter or even before that, just because you never learned the process of becoming a farmer, of learning what it takes, the process of growing crops, livestock, and other things like that. And those things just may wither away because you don't have any experience at it. But if you grew up in the fields and you grew up like learning how to become a farmer, these things might not be too foreign to you, and you may be able to get past that cold winter because you're aware of the process. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what I did over here. The main objective was I want to give her the little rice picker hat, the sun hat, but I'm not sure that's how I did it. I think that's how I did it, but then this kind of looks awkward. I may have to figure that out later. Or maybe I just did this. Who knows, dude? Whatever, dude. We'll just keep going. I'm going to remove it for now. But yeah, there is something beautiful about investing time into something and learning from the path, you know? There is something delightfully beautiful about that. And so the piece of advice, not necessarily even advice, just, we're just talking as neighbors, you know? I'm not any wiser than you or anything. I'm not like greater or better than you. It's just, we're just sharing thoughts as neighbors. And I encourage you to also share your thoughts as well, if you'd like. Is that don't be afraid to invest your time in something, and don't be afraid, even if it takes a long time, and have patience with the process, you know? And don't be necessarily in love with the instantaneousness of everything, you know? It takes a long time for things to get where they need to be, and don't lose sight of that. Yeah. And again, that immutable, what's the word I'm looking for? Immutable, like, concept. Yeah. Of time equals growth, you know? Practice makes progress. That is like so true. It doesn't make perfect, you know? It does not. And also, to be 100% real, like, certain things are more difficult to overcome, and sometimes even impossible as well. I'm not going to be one of those individuals who tells you that all things are possible. No, not all things are. But if you're serious about it, you at least have to make an effort. You know, you have to at least make an effort and find out, or just be content to say that, you know what, I never wanted it that bad, and therefore I never really wanted to invest that particular amount of time, and be at peace with it. You don't necessarily, and again, I'm not referring to you. Hey, he's standing pretty well. Oh, you know what? it's this thing that makes it pretty back heavy. That's right. Because I was like, yo, I really struggled with its center. Hey, she's kind of doing all right. Huh. What'd I do differently? Huh. But you can tell she's still a little bit back heavy, but interesting. Because this is because she kept on falling over when I was originally making this. So what I had done is I had plugged in that thing as a heel spur, and I think I'm gonna still do that, but huh. Not too bad, Brad. But yeah, some people will just say sour grapes. They won't even make the effort. They'll just be like, whatever, dude, that thing's whacked anyway. And that's fine, dude. You're entitled to whatever outlook of life you want. But if you're serious about something and you want it, go after it and go after it and see if you can attain it. Because that means you were serious about it and you really wanted it that bad and you put forth the effort to at least make an endeavor. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how I did his other pew, or even just deciding at this point what I want to do. I think I had this on the crown, but I don't necessarily have to do that. We can just make a super pew and have it hanging off there, but I don't like this gap. That looks a little unsightly. So maybe we can do this. We can utilize that technique that we did on the other side and have that in there. Yeah, that's okay. I don't know. But yeah, time, effort, and energy, baby. That pays everything. Everything it can be purchased, quote unquote purchased, meaning like everything can be earned through time, effort, and energy. That's why when people talk about like time is money, it's kind of like a currency, you know what I mean? Like things can be done when you pay the appropriate amount of time, and that's why time is money. It really, really is. It is the currency. It's the universal currency for everything. Children growing into adults, kittens growing into cats, buildings growing from rubble into like rubble turning into like building through effort and the application of time and money and all of that. Like time. Even giant mountains turning into beach sand, like time. It's the most precious of currencies and the most universal currencies as well. And so don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to apply that time if you want to manifest something in your life. And if it doesn't work out, you know what? Well, at least you found out what doesn't work out. And that's even something that you can take away as well. It's what is it? I heard this on Dave Chappelle, but it's from Dalai Lama. Like when you lose, don't lose the lesson. There's something you can always take away from the experience, and that is the lesson. And right now, the lesson I'm trying to figure out is where can I put this? Whatever, dude. We'll just put it there. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that was what occurred to me this morning during my meditation, and I think I've perhaps shared a similar message on the channel before, but I thought it'd be nice just to kind of share it with you all again. I'm just your neighbor across the fence, just across the way, across the street sometimes, just sharing my thoughts and trying to have a good time in this community with y'all, And I'm a bit of a Karen at times too, meaning like when I see bad neighbors, like I block them from the channel so they don't mess up our vibe and stuff like that. I will be, and I am on patrol. I recently actually made the word filter much stricter, and it's been catching actually a lot of curse words and stuff like that. It's yeah, I mean, you're allowed to speak however you want to speak, right? But I'm also allowed to keep the place clean as how I want to keep it. And I know that there are children who watch this. I mean, these videos are primarily made for young adults or adults, but I know that there are children on here, and if they happen to read those comments, I don't want them to see such a thing, and so I generally tend to block things that have curse words embedded. And anyway, I hope everyone has a real good day. I really do. I hope you're surrounded by great people, great friends, great communities, a belly full of great food, shelter over your head, and good prospects in life. And I wish the greatest of peace and happiness for all of you, and great experiences of learning and growth. And yeah, and if this is your vibe, hey, check in tomorrow. There's always good content. And I wish you all the best, okay? Everyone have a fantastic day. Yeah, my gratitude and my heart to all of you. Bye.